You know, man, when I think of ugly clothes, I totally think of Gucci. If you wear Gucci in public, you look like you're cosplaying as Chris Chan. Look, I love Sonichu as much as the next guy, but I'm not wearing that sweater in public. It looks hideous. Yeah, I'm at odds with Hypebeast culture, because on one hand, I like nice clothes, I won't lie, but on the other hand, I think a lot of this clothes looks really gaudy and superficial. But never in my life did I think I'd see a day where church and Hypebeast culture would intersect in a strange crossover episode for the centuries.
The two of us in the same house? Is this a crossover episode?
But today, we now have our first flexing priest. A Hypebeast priest. Anyway, his name is, well, here's his name because I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing that because someone will correct me. But he's been posting pictures of him with his Louis and his Gucci and his expensive stuff and all of his wonderful things over in Russia. And you know, there's no problem with posting these expensive things regardless of whether or not I think they're ugly. The issue is that our friend is a priest. He's a practicing priest. He has parishioners, he does the priest thing. So obviously, when the internet and collective church officials found out that he was a Hypebeast online, it became a big issue. According to church officials, he was living a immodest and unrestrained lifestyle. Oh. Yeah, apparently this was a cardinal sin for him to be flexing on all of his parishioners like this, including wearing Gucci to mass and wearing it around in public while dressing up as a priest. Unfortunately, his Instagram account is now deleted, but here are some wonderful pictures of this man flexing on his parishioners. God, what a time we live in. Apparently, this was all for him to become a more open and just a more genuine person, but he ended up becoming the Hypebeast Lord of the Lord's Hypebeast. There we go. That's funny. I like that. I'm gonna use that from now. But when you actually find out how a lot of these pictures were taken, it puts into context that a priest can't do this, and he still really didn't do this. Ding dong, post-production Diesel here with more information that I probably just should have put in the video. Anyway, this isn't the only priest that's done this. Apparently, there's a guy out of New York City. His name is Carl Lentz. He's a mega church pastor, and he's incredibly fucking ripped. Look at him. Look at how ripped he is. That's weird. Anyway, he wears Supreme and Hypebeast clothing when he performs his mass and ceremonies with his, I was gonna say cult, but his following. Anyway, he has like some ridiculous social media presence. It turns out he's friends with like Justin Bieber. Look at him. Look, there he is, little friend Justin Bieber. Oh, they're such good friends. Anyway, it's a little weird and kind of weirds me out. I don't know. I don't think priests should be allowed to do this. I'm just like not all about it, man. Okay, but aside from that, thought you should know. Maybe I'll come back and do a larger video after I read Carl's book and find out what this guy's all about. But hey, I don't know what the future holds. Anyway, back to the video. So basically, it's the equivalent of what happens when someone goes to test drive a Ferrari they're gonna buy. Basically, you take it for a ride, you take it back, and there you go. That's the end of the day. That's it. Basically, he'd go into the Louis Vuitton store or the Gucci store, and he'd say, "Hello, I would like to try on shoes," because that's how Russian people speak. "Hello, I would like to try on shoes." Well, that's gonna go over badly some point in the future. I can't wait for 6 years down the line for a journalist to pull up that. Anyway, he'd try on the item, sit down, take a picture, put it on Instagram, bada bing, bada boom. You're getting likes, you're popular, everybody loves you. And get this, apparently, this was because a doctor told him to. Yes, a doctor told him to do this. Apparently, allegedly. Sounds like a cover-up story to me. If I break my leg putting it in a cement mixer, I just tell the doctor I did. I don't say I was fighting a bear. I just do it because my leg's full of cement. That made no sense. Why did I say that? What's wrong with me? That's a loaded question. A lot's wrong with me. Now, obviously, a priest can't afford these things. He's poor. He serves God. He's not supposed to make that much. So, it's just hilarious that in 2009, the same church, or well, the organization, had a archbishop who was caught wearing a hold your horses, hold all of your giblets and your loose items, put your change in your pocket because this one's gonna blow you back. He was caught wearing a $30,000 watch. A $30,000. How? Where are you getting the funds to own a $30,000 watch? And you know what the church said to this scandal instead of addressing it? They kind of swept it under the rug, which really shouldn't surprise most people. They said that this was an absurd mistake by the photo department. Yes, this was CVS's fault. Not our guy. Guys, churches embezzle funds from time to time. You hear about these in the news quite frequently. It's not surprising that a man in their church was wearing a $30,000 watch. So, how was this priest walking around in public with Louis Vuitton and Gucci, right? What was his backdoor secret to live in the Hypebeast lifestyle? Well, like most millennials and young people who can't afford any of these clothing items, you just buy fakes. Yeah, he was buying fakes and then also presenting mass while wearing his Fucci belt buckles on his cheap leather shoes. You know, I gotta appreciate the hustle. I will say that. Not many people will go through the effort of putting Fucci belt buckles that look like fake real Gucci on their shoes to present mass. Granted, I'm sure it's a small sliver of people that would even apply to in the first place. I just want to know how this priest and his chronic pain was going to be solved by him buying and wearing Hypebeast clothing. Because I see no medical reason why you would. Sometimes I need taking some time away from the internet. Sometimes I need to meditate, maybe breathe, just to calm down, lower that stress. But a doctor has never told me, alright, Diesel, you know what you're gonna do to lower stress? You're gonna buy Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Literally, like, that is the most expensive medicine you could ask for, ever. Ooh, there's a related article here, says, I'm broke and mostly friendless, and I wasted my whole life. Oh, that must be my autobiography. Never mind. This article is a whole lot more sad than the priest thing. I love this stupid what the fuck do journalists even write about these days? Who cares what Lena Dunham is doing? She's gross. Anyway, Archpriest, not gonna pronounce the name, is now no longer on Instagram, and that's a damn shame because I find what he does to be incredibly hilarious. There's just something so cosmically wonderful about a priest wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton and also presenting mass while wearing those things. Honestly, I'm waiting for the day that we get Gucci branded priest robes. I think that would be great. I forget what the priest clothes is called. It's been like a bajillion years since I went to church. I could actually see them doing something like that. I'd really appreciate that. It's hilarious how overarching and how widely spread Hypebeast culture is that it can even impact the most holy of holy men on planet Earth. It's absolutely hilarious. A wonderful time. A cosmic change of pace. I enjoy it. Anyway, this is just kind of like a little video about something weird on the internet because I need some more time to work on some bigger videos that I'm doing as well. So, here was this. But if you're a patron who wants to support actual Hypebeast culture, you can do so by supporting this channel on Patreon, like these wonderful people. And hey, while you're at it, while you're down in that description, make sure to follow me on social media because my ego is so incredibly fragile because I just can't form a well-made sentence. There we go. Anyway, you guys know who I am. It's FPS Diesel. Go follow me and subscribe.